What makes a game abandoned? I suppose the obvious answer is that the developers just stopped working on the game and didn't even complete it, leaving it in pretty much an early access state, or releasing a game in a half-baked state and just letting the players deal with it. And then there are games that are completely finished, but no one is online playing them. So instead of looking at normal flat-screen games that have been completely abandoned with no player base, but today we're going to be looking at a niche within a niche and exploring abandoned VR games. Most of these games are actually pretty good, but they either had some weird development cycles, or players just gave up on the game entirely because they're bored of it, or honestly because VR just doesn't have a ton of players. So let's take a look at the first game, Monster Collector. While trying to look at the Steam charts for Monster Collector, you can see that it has a minus 100% player base in the last 30 days. And when you actually try to click on the game, it just gives you an internal server error. So there's really not much to say here. I think I was actually the only one that has played this game in the last year or possibly 2 years. But the game itself is actually not bad for what it is.
Look how high the character jumps. This is one jump. Is that just whoop?
It was released in February 19th of 2021, and its last update was on July 9th of the same year. That update gave new weapon types, changed up some of the difficulty of the monsters, but sadly this was its final update. It received nothing, and the developer has gone completely dark. But sadly this was the final update for this game. This was the last possible activity that we have as players. Even if you were able to join the Discord and try to find the main developer, they're completely dark as well, which is a shame because the game for what it is actually pretty fun.
This also has a feature that not many games actually have anymore, which is like depending on where your wrist is holding the weapon is going to determine like this angle offset. So if I have it like this and then turn my hand, it will turn, but if I have it like this and then turn my hand, it's a totally different angle. So it's like you're holding the swords the way you really feel like you want to hold the swords.
Yes, it does play as a tech demo, and the game itself doesn't actually look that good, but the mesh deformation is really cool, and the various enemies you fight look awesome. Plus you have a bunch of different weapon types. It was almost the VR equivalent of Monster Hunter.
Like I'm gonna jump on top of this thing. We're gonna just go here, land on them, and start just chopping the hell out of them. You can chop their pieces off because, you know, this was the game, man. Like I was so excited. Look at that. You see that? I chopped the head off, and if it was breathing fire, we could have it breathe fire on itself. And see how this head is still breathing fire? So I think if you could grab it like so, we can breathe fire on him. Are you impervious to fire? I think it's impervious to fire, but look at this. It's afraid of me. Be afraid of the sword. There we go.
And if this game really got going and had co-op multiplayer, I think this could have been something very, very special.
I'm pretty sure I just stuck this directly into... Yep. All right. So this is... I see now why the game was abandoned, but in a good way.
But alas, there's not too much more to say about Monster Collector. If anyone has any information on why this game was abandoned, or more importantly, what happened to the main developer, I would love to hear about it. Let me know in the comment section down below.
Welcome to the Hideout. Visit the Armory terminals to build loadouts and select the mission at the transport terminal. Okay, I could do that.
A lot like most VR games, this was made by a single developer. Originally released in December 18th of 2020. This plays exactly like Rainbow Six in a PvE terrorist hunt mode with destructible environments and an interesting looking art style. The game could be played solo or up to 4 people in co-op multiplayer action.
Look at these modes. Rogue mode. Start with a pistol and survive as many raids as possible. Collect and recycle loot to give credits to upgrade. There's different operations. Put your skills to test through multiple compounds. Let's start off with procedural here, and we could do Badlands, Arctic Night, Highlands Day. Let's do Highlands Day, and just start off medium, and hopefully someone finds us. It's actually, it's actually kind of cool how you set the whole lobby up, which is, this is how you go out on raids. It's cool.
But unfortunately, the last update for this game was on October 14th of 2022. And the last known information about this game comes from the discussion boards on the Steam page, with an update from the dev saying, previously discussed on his TikTok, there have been some changes in devs to take the game to new heights. But that was way back in June 30th of 2023. This was an unfortunate low blow to players because they actually really liked playing this game. You can customize your loadouts, go out on procedural levels, do the main campaign. For what it was, this game was actually pretty impressive.
Put that there. All right. Oh, shit. Whew. The pistols are satisfying. Dude! Oh, God.
The game added climbing, destructible parts of the map where you can actually use breach charges. You had guns, you had some melee interactions. It was actually a ton of fun even playing alone. I tried to open my match up to public, but literally no one ever joined, and I didn't expect them to.
Now, let's see if anyone is online. Let's go to join game, and we have a big 0 players. Literally no one, aside from me, is playing this game. That's okay. I'm going to create a game. And it's gonna be public, so.
But I can tell you I had a lot of satisfying moments while playing. There's also randomized objectives to do, albeit there's not too many random objectives that can be had.
So how do I destroy this? Do I just shoot it, or do I just... Oh. Oh, it has physical button presses. Just destroy, oh, we destroy that. Okay, I can do this. All right, and now we extract. I brought this sledgehammer because I want to use it against this door. Just sledge it out. Just go. Come on. Look at that. It's like kind of like. Oh, there's a guy right in there. Does that work? Is that gonna blow up? Or just lights on fire? Oh. Jeez. There we go. It blows up after the second shot. Another one. 2 headshot. Oh, there's a third one. Oh, whoa. Jeez. Okay, let's just... Did we win? Nope. Nope. Everything's physics-based. Look at this. You can't just, like, aim willy-nilly.
And there's 3 different difficulty modes ranging from brain-dead AI to, well, the Masters of Death.
Can I climb up this brick wall? Oh my gosh, you can also climb this. So the climbing added so much to it. I'm getting murdered. I'm dead.
And based on the Steam charts, when I played, I was actually the only player online. But interestingly enough, in the last 30 days, it had a negative 2.8 with almost a 90% player decline. So there are other players actually logging in and playing this game, at least in the last month or so. But unfortunately, there's not other data that I can find into, because when you click on it in the Steam charts, it just gives you another internal server error. If you have a VR headset and you like games like this, and you're ready to play a game that's actually completely abandoned with no hopes of the devs ever coming back, but you can still play it online with your friends or solo, I think you'll have a decent amount of time. The game's not too expensive, but don't expect any updates whatsoever.
Oh man, they have like a really cool TV that's playing like The Wasteland. That's sick. And I have a camera. Look, it sees everything I'm doing. Calibrate height. Can we fix this? How do you calibrate height? Did that make it me shorter somehow? Okay, thanks, game.
Up next, we have a game called Swords of Gargantua, and somehow this game is shrouded in controversy. Originally released way back on June 6th of 2019, players were actually surprisingly really liking the game. There was, of course, some people that didn't vibe with it just because the style of the game, which is essentially a roguelike horde mode that you could play in single player or multiplayer. And the devs had a pretty decent roadmap lined out. You were getting new gear, new weapons, new items. People were actually pretty excited to play this. Heck, they even updated and added a complete lobby mode where up to 8 people can go hang out with each other and go on specific raids together. And then randomly out of nowhere, Thirdverse, which are the developers, completely took the game offline. You could still purchase the game, but it was just completely wiped. And because it had an always online connection, you couldn't even play the game as single player. So they were actually selling nothing, just a concept. You can buy the game, and when you logged in, it would tell you the servers were offline.
Attack to fill up the special gauge. Okay. Is my special ready? So using your special gauge, hold a weapon in front of your chest and to enchant it with my hand. That is actually really cool. Huh? I remember this game had like, it was a good game and cool. I think the developers did something weird in the background. That's why the game fell off hard.
But then randomly out of nowhere, the game actually came back on March 2nd of 2023. Not only did they turn the servers back on, but they also added an offline single player mode, which of course is what almost every single game needs. Aside from all that though, this game plays like a pseudo physics-based combat simulator focused primarily on melee. We have to physically swing, parry, and actually dodge, which it was kind of hard to get the hang of.
I have to physically quick step? How do I do that? I physically go this way? No? This way? How do I do it? I'm doing it, right? Ugh. Huh. Hold your left trigger. Oh, that's this one. And then move your upper body in any direction. Oh. Oh, okay. So that's like dashing. That's gonna make me throw up.
Your character starts off pretty terrible. You have a basic like Dark Souls looking sword.
So that's obviously my sword. Dude. This is dark. This is definitely dark. So what else do you want me to do? Oh, is this it? Is we fight him? I'm fighting this dude? I feel like I could fight this dude. As long as... Why is he so much taller than me, though?
But as you complete new floors and do different runs, you get new equipment, which is cool. And to address the controversy from the past, the developers gave every single player that logs in a level 3 sword called Deathbringer, which was actually pretty cool.
And you unlock different weapons. Oh, I forgot about this. I have Deathbringer, a mechanized one-handed sword. It's black, blunt blade used for smushing enemies. Can I have it? I can have it. Confirm. So this... Look at this thing.
But I think all in all, playing this one, mastering the combat and the dodging, eventually starts to feel really fun and cool. And you can still actually play this game right now in co-op. However, I would say good luck with that unless you directly invite people to play with you, because in the last 30 days, it has almost lost 100% of its player base with minus 96%. So on occasion, it seems like maybe one person every other week might log in.
The lounges are online forum where up to 8 players? Oh, there's this English lounge. Oh my God. Are we about to find actual players? This is the lounge. I don't see anyone. There's multiplayer adventure. Is anyone chilling in here? Single dojo mode, defend the mana plant, and there's literally no one else here. It's just me. It's just me in this lounge, which does make me a little sad. This is definitely a vibe though. Game is kind of cool looking. So I doubt anyone's gonna come join me, but let's pretend like they are. Like pretend like there's someone playing this with me. There is the multiplayer adventure is what I wanted to see. So let's go into a multiplayer adventure.
I will say though, I did have fun playing this game, from blocking and dodging and doing crazy stuff. It did feel really cool. It is a procedural roguelike, so you have to know what that is going into it, but adding other players to the mix, I feel like can really add some more nuance to this one. Playing it as a single player, eventually you're gonna get tired and eventually pretty washed.
Oh, I gotta defend this guy from him? Dude, you actually suck. Did you not play the tutorial? Okay, let me... I'll get him. Hang on, dude. I'm on a 6. Stab. Okay. Alright. This guy... So you just wail on him until he dies?
I do think this game actually deserves another chance, so if you do want to play this game, you can hop on. There are servers, but be warned, the company has randomly turned them off in the past with no warning, but at the very least, it still gives you an offline single-player mode.
Show yourself, nerd. I have this thing. Nerd? Oh! Oh my God, they shot lasers at me! This was a mistake.
The last entry we're going to be taking a look at today is called War Dust VR 32 vs 32 Battlefields. That's the actual name of the game. I didn't add any additional color to that.
This is kind of a cool, like, starting menu. And let's see who's online. Total player amount is me. I'm the literal only one online right now. But there's player ranks, top 10. Look, so there's people that do play. I just missed all of them. Well, that sucks.
Originally released back in May 6th of 2020. This game is surprisingly still going and alive. It's persistent. There's mods inside the game, which is cool. You can create your own server. You could play online. You could play offline. And you can, of course, verse bots with buddies if you really wanted to. Heck, you could even make your own mod and put it into the game, which is pretty cool.
I'm going to join as the Coalition, and I'm going to spawn at Alpha. Okay. My hands look awful.
Its last major update was actually back in November 27th of 2024, so that's not that far off. They added a fully destructible version of their map called Middle East, and also added vehicles with destructible models.
Okay, so this is what I was talking about. We can get in this. All right, this is probably a mistake, but I'm in. So, accelerate, aim, shoot. I'm gonna die. Yeah, so this I could see why people think this is the Battlefield of VR. No, you're not dropping men off. I will not let that happen. I will missile you. Dude! Get missile! Oh! I got him! That's sick. That is cool. This is sick, actually. Oh, God. What did I just do? I just bailed out. I bailed out. Oh, no. Oh, no.
And this is the only game on this list today that has actually gained a player base. It is up almost 6%. So that's plus 0.2. That's not nothing. The average 30-day is 3.4. So there's technically a player base. They have their own Discord, which you can kind of get together and ask people to play primarily on the weekends. So don't expect it just to queue up and verse real people. You can always verse bots whenever you want, but if you're looking to get real people, I would say join their Discord and try to get a game going. The funny part for me, though, out of all the games on this list, this one was the most wonky of all of them that I've played.
This is... David, how do you grab this? Can you not grab? Can you not? Are you serious? Ugh. Oh, I'm using the index, so I really got to squeeze.
Now, I use something called the Valve Index, which is directly from Valve, and it has these weird controllers and cool tracking, and has these little lighthouse stations that know where you are in the room. However, it does require the developers to add support for that. So because I was using that, well, the support wasn't really there, and it felt terrible to play with these controllers.
So this is me trying to two-hand the pistol. It immediately just points back at me. That makes sense. This is what I get for wanting to play.
And I tried sniping. I could fire one bullet, and then I couldn't bolt the sniper, which sucks, because I love sniping, especially in VR.
I don't know what this is. This is not a battlefield. This, I can see everything. Oh my god, but if you go into this one thinking that this here is... Can I not load this? Battlefront, oh my god. Battlefront, then I think you'll be satisfied. Can I... grab it, please. Okay, so you can't bolt on the index.
The game also markets itself as, well, the Battlefield VR version. Even in their gameplay trailer, they have like Battlefield style music, which it's a little cringe. But something clicked for me. It wasn't that this game played like Battlefield. No. It played like the old Battlefront games. But once I put that in the forefront of my mind and embraced the chaos of mediocrity and weird nonsense, that's where the game started to click for me. And I don't mean that in a negative way.
Alright, so this is actually a pretty cool map. You got some choke points. I wonder if you could change the difficulty of the bots. But it actually makes me realize that you could do like a combination of like PvE/PvP. That helicopter trying to take off? Don't think so. Classic Battlefield. Hey, what's up, dude? I'm not camping your base.
If somehow the developer sees this one and they're like, damn, dude, that's kind of messed up to say. I'm actually being really generous about this one because I love those old Battlefront games. And that's what this felt like to me, fighting all those bots in a random open battlefield, and I can go in these vehicles and ground combat and get out whenever I want. Yes, that's the essence of Battlefield, but you've captured the real soul of Battlefront.
Oh. And... You get flanked, you stupid bots, bro. You too. Completely flanked. Damn, dude. I kind of wish I was able to experience this with real players to know, like, if I'm... You know, if this is just like a hidden gem. Because this could be a hidden gem. It's just, you know... it's just this.
And the fact that I could actually invite buddies to this one, and yeah, I could play PvP, we could actually get on the same team and fight really awful bots together.
Need support.
Dude, look at this NPC, bro. Like, look at him go.
And that is the magic of this game. Although I actually didn't have anyone to play with, still fighting the bots was actually kind of fun. However, I was held back because I was using the index and there really isn't a lot of support for that one, which is unfortunate.
Oh, I figured it out. I figured it out. It's just awful. It's awful. Oh my god.
Bravo point. Capture.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It is sensitive and not sensitive at the same time. This is the weirdest experience of my life, but great way to get around the map. Just a great way to get completely... I have no head.
But I do think out of all the other games on this list, this one is probably the one to get and play because there's still a quote-unquote active player base. There's mods, there's a Discord, and the developer is still around and you can communicate with them. So all in all, War Dust isn't technically abandoned, but it has a severely low player count. I wouldn't even say this is on life support. It's just a game that's there that you can play whenever. So I would say play it while it still exists if you can.
Can I run them over? Do you get run over kills? Just don't freak out that they're going to shoot you in the face and run them over. Got them. Oh my god, that was satisfying. And now we go into full-on John Wick mode. Turn left. Oh my god, game.
And that completes the start of our series of abandoned VR games. Let me know what you guys think, not only about these current games that I've shown you, but other abandoned VR games that you would like me to take a look at. They could be single player games, multiplayer games. They could be available on Steam, on Quest, anywhere we can find a VR game. I would like to go in and explore it myself. And hopefully we can find games that have a small player base, we could actually talk to them and see why they still play these games. I want to thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video today. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? It's literally free to do so. Hit the subscribe button down below. Leave a like to let me know you like it, and also a comment to say you were here. But other than that, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Drifter from Downloadable Content, and I will see you next time.